Hey friends, welcome back to the channel, man. As always, I'm stoked to see you. So Stoker here, and today we're going to break down the Free Soldier tarp that I've been utilizing for the past year or so, and I've had some really good experience with it myself. And when I was out teaching a class a couple weekends ago, had a lot of really positive response from the students who saw this thing and said that they wanted to go pick it up. So I thought, hey, let's break this thing down. Let's look at it, some of the key components and characteristics of this thing, and see if it's something that you want to add into your kit bag. Right, and that's what this channel is all about, man. It's about mastering your field craft and developing your tactical virtue. If that's what you're into as well, man, smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date on some future content. Right, and so this thing only runs about $40 to $50 depending on where you buy it. I'll leave a link down in the description below if you want to check more out about this thing and see if it's something that you want to add into your kit bag. By the way, man, this is not a paid promotional. This is Stoker's tent. I bought this thing with my own hard-earned money, and by the way, I fully recommend this thing, man. I'm stoked with this thing. You feel what I'm saying? Now you're gonna hear me say about how much I am stoked over this tent throughout this video, but I'm gonna give you a few disclaimers right now and tell you a couple things that I don't appreciate about it. The first one is, I don't know what I think about all of the bright orange around the corner. Now it is extremely well made, man. It's double stitched. I have no faults. Can't fault it for thinking it's gonna fall apart. All the stitching is orange. In some ways that's a really big positive, right? Because you can see it at night. It's a little bit easier to see in low illumination. I doubt very seriously that if you're working even through a tactical environment, that little bit of orange is going to give you away and it's going to make everything just go to hell and Murphy's going to come over and snatch you up. That being said, I would still prefer if it was like OD green or just something more earth tone, right? That's just my own personal preference. The other thing that I'm not overly stoked about is how proud they are of their logo. Of course, their logo is on the bag itself, and it's on the tarp on opposing corners. Now that's cool, but just for me, like, I would appreciate if I'm gonna spend, you know, a couple dollars on this thing, that I just not have be a walking advertisement out in the field. So that's really it. Those are the only two things that I don't like about this tarp. Right, friends, so we're going to run through a few specs on this thing. And by the way, this is not a paid advertisement. I bought this thing with my own stinking hard-earned money, and I highly recommend this thing. So let's get a look at some of the details that this thing brings to your kit bag. Right, so this thing is waterproof and features some UV protection, man. It's made of 210 ripstop polyester fabric. And so what that ultimately gives you is a waterproof rating of 250 PU. If you're wondering what in the world that means, let me break this down. This tarp can have over 8 inches of water sitting on it for more than 1 minute before a single drop of water is going to appear through the fabric. You're going to stay high and dry in this thing. And that ripstop features a lot of long-lasting protection. It's strength and tear resistant as well as puncture resistant. Man, I've used this thing almost a dozen times just in the last 8 or 9 months. Have had absolutely no issues with this thing, even up here in the Pacific Northwest. You could say I'm in love with it. Man, and this thing is pretty decent size. It's almost a 10-foot square, and all around the side you can see it has some double-edged tape seam seals, has like 16 stinking tie-outs that are also extremely well stitched and well fabricated. This thing only weighs about 42 ounces, and so while it's not super lightweight, it is light enough to backpack without causing any problems on the old back. right? So that all of the corners are reinforced to prevent falling off when using, as well as just to keep it from ripping as well. The ridgeline has some grommets in it in order to feature some additional uses that you can use with some different configurations as well. Again, man, this thing has 19 guy points. 5 of them are on the Tarp's ridgeline. So you have all kinds of considerations, all kinds of options up in this bad boy. And all the seams are waterproof, man. They're ready for you to take out right now and go get some stinking dirt on your back with this thing. I love this thing. Hey team, I hope you enjoyed the content of this one. If you did, make sure you smash the like button. Leave some comments down below about what you think about the Free Soldier tarp, as well as maybe an own tarp that you use in your kit bag that you want to share out with all of us so we can consider adding it to us. Because although these things are going to last us a long time, I don't know whose lifetime they're going to outlast, right? You know, if you're 18, 19 years old, you may have to go through a couple tarps yourself, and you need to know what to look out for. So leave some comments down below, man. We will keep this conversation rolling. As always, until then, you stay out there and you stay stoked.